Hi friends, welcome to my channel. So today we will discuss on about a new topic called as schematic drawings. Okay, you all know that we have to make a lot of different documents like single line diagram, then key SLD, then detail SLD, then control schematics. So we all know that we have to make all calculations, transformer sizing, cable sizing. You have seen already in my videos. Okay, so today we will have a discussion on the new topic called as schematic drawings. Okay, so let's understand what is schematic basically. Schematic is nothing but the schema means structure, or you can say a drawing of or the analytics of this two diagram, that is power circuit and a control circuit. Okay, so you all know what is power circuit. Power circuit is nothing but a powering a circuit. Okay, so in that you can use something 415 volt supply. So 415 supply is used, 415 volt 3-phase supply used for the power circuit. And for control circuit, normally we go for a single phase supply, that is 230 volt supply. For single phase, it is 230 volt supply. It could be AC supply or it could be a DC supply. I mean, in DC, it could be 110 volt DC also. So let's see. This is the single line diagram. Basically, it's a dual starter. Okay. Now understand first, control schematic or the schematic drawings is based on two parameters. So which are they? First is your kW rating of the motor. Okay, that is a kilowatt rating of the motor. And second thing is your type of the starter. Like if it is a dual starter, it could be a star data starting, or it could be an auto transformer starting, or it could be like a soft starters or a VFD fitted motors. So depending on what kind of starters you are using, based on that the schematics will be prepared. And second parameter is the rating of the motors. Okay, so the rating of the motors could be from 0 to 10 kilowatt. It could be from 11 to 45 kilowatt, then from 55 to 75 kilowatt, and then 75 kilowatt and above. So these are the different type of the rating of the motors. So based on the ratings of the motors and based on the type of the starters, we decide what kind of schematic drawing we have to prepare it. Okay, so and you can see here, these are, I have given these tags M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. Okay, so these are not a standard tags. It depends on the project to project. Okay, in some project you may find like S1, S2, S3, S4, or DO1, DO2, DO3, DO4. It depends on the project philosophy, what kind of project philosophy that project has used. So based on that, that tagging is to be done for the different kind of the schemes. Okay, so let's not go much more detail into the tags. Tags are not important. Important here is how you basically make a schematic drawings. So why there is a difference, they have given the difference. Let's first understand these things. Okay, let's come to this first topic, that is M1. So see, this is a dual starter. So in the dual starter, this is a 450 volt 3-phase supply has been given. This is your FSU, that is a fuse switch unit. This is used basically, FSU is used here, fuse switch unit. Then CMM is used, that is your current measuring module, CMM plus IMCC. IMCC is a controller. Okay, then there is a contactor, this is your power contactor. IMCC is a controller. Okay, then there is a contactor, this is your power contactor. Okay, and this is your FMR. FMR is your fuse monitoring relay. Okay, then what is this FSU? First we will understand this. FSU is nothing but your fuse switch unit, that is your fuse switch unit. Okay, in which the fuse is imbibed or inbuilt into that switch. It is basically used for the short circuit protection. Second thing is your CMM. This is your current measuring module. The CT is inbuilt into that current measuring module. It is connected to this controller. Nowadays you may know that intelligent IMCCs are used. Okay, as compared to conventional, IMCCs are preferred more. So this is a single line diagram, or this is a schematic for a intelligent IMCC drawing. So if you want to know what is the difference between a conventional IMCC and a intelligent IMCC, we can have a separate video on that. But basically right now, let's focus on the control schematic. So this is FSU, they are used for short circuit protection, plus CMM, that is a current measuring module connected to the IMCC controller, and it is controlling your contactor. This is your power contactor. Okay, so this is a normal, it is used in suppose 0 to 10 kilowatt or from 11 to 45 kilowatts. This is normally used. So the moment you go to a next rating, higher rating, then again the same they will using FSU, CMM plus IMCC plus FMR. So the equipments will be same. Okay, then what is the difference between this? For this 10 kilowatt, let's say there is no FSU here. Here it is your MPCB, motor protection circuit breaker, MPCB. Okay, there's a difference. Here it is MPCB they have used for 10 kilowatt, and they have used FSU for a 11 to 45 kilowatt. Okay, there is the only difference. Otherwise, all the parameters, equipments are same. CMM plus IMCC you can see here. Then contactors, then FMR. Okay, so let's understand what is this MPCB. MPCB is motor protection circuit breaker. For a small rating of motor, normally your short circuit protections or your overload protections or your earth fall protections. For all these parameters, a single breaker is sufficient. Okay, because for a lower rating of motors, the current value is not that high. The short circuit current is not that high. So for that, the MPCB is preferable. Okay, it can protect your motor from short circuit protections, from your overload protections, and for your earth fall protections. Okay. Second things, in FSU, here FSU basically is a field switch unit, fuse switch unit. This is used for protecting your motor from a short circuit protection. Okay, so the rating here is little bit higher, so that's why we have preferred FSU unit. Now let's see, this is 55 to 75 kilowatt. In this, the equipments will be same. Only the difference is they are using the space heater here. Space heater. Now what is this space heater? This is basically a anti-condensation heater. Okay. Normally in a field when your motor is on. Okay. So this N3 we have used normally a space heater. So space heater is basically used for an anti-condensation heater. So when your motor is on, the space heater is off. So normally it is used in the field when your motor is in the field. Okay. And when it is in standstill. So there is a lot of chances that moisture can get created into the motor equipment inside the enclosure. So to avoid that moisture, normally we use this anti-condensation heater. Okay. So when your power supply is off, I mean when your motor is off, this heater is on. This will heat up the motor from inside and it will avoid that moisture. So normally when the moisture gets created, and let's say we are making this motor on, and due to this moisture content, there are chances that the short circuit can happen inside the motor. So to avoid that short circuit, we normally use this space heater. Okay. And then the next level is 75 kilowatt and above. That is M4 steam. So here also all the equipments are same. Above that we are adding RTD and BTD. So what is this RTD and BTD? This is your resistance temperature detector, and this is your BTD is bearing temperature detector. Okay. RTD is basically used for a winding temperature. If there is a more temperature, to measure the temperature inside the windings or the motors, RTD is used. And BTD is used for measuring the bearing temperature. So bearing inside the motor, it could be at the non-driving end, it could be at the driving end. So measure that temperature, normally we use BTD. So you can understand, for every higher rating, some additional equipment has got added. Okay, here it was MPCB. Here it is MPCB is replaced with FSU. Here this equipments are same, space heater is added. Here everything is same, again RTD and BTD is added. Okay, so you will see every time some new equipment has been added. So based on that new equipment added, they give the tags for the schemes. That's it. Last you can see M5. It is for star delta starter. Then if it is for VFD, then they will tag it something new, M6 or M7, M8, like that. So depending on the type of starter and the kilowatt rating of the motor, these schemes normally they prepare. Okay, so that's it for the today's video. If you have any doubts, you can ask me into comments. Okay, and I will be replying to your videos. Okay, I mean to your comments. So keep watching and keep subscribing me. And whatever you feel, you can query and I can resolve your queries. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep watching. Thank you.